Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel and happy Monday. I am so excited to be here with you today, starting off this week with a really simple, easy 10-step makeup tutorial. So this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I want this to be in your makeup library where you have this tucked away and you're like, okay, you know what, let me take I don't remember, I watch all these makeup tutorials and then on step 6 or 7, I'm like, wait, what happened? So this is very simple. I am taking you right through the journey of looking confident, getting an even skin tone, doing something just very simple. Makeup should be worn. The makeup should not be wearing you. So when you walk in to your everyday, you should feel confident. You should feel like this is my best face forward. And that's what we're doing today. So ladies, are you ready? Let's get this beauty started. So you want to prep the skin, and the way I do that is I'm going to first start off with a serum. So I'm using the Ever Quench. This is an advanced hydrating booster. It goes right into the skin. So this is one of the steps that I really like because when I'm layering product, I don't want to have heaviness and feeling greasy. I just want something simple that's really gonna hydrate my skin. So I first start off with a serum. You wanna start off with the thinnest product first. So that's really important. If you don't know how to layer your moisturizers, always start with the thinnest product first. So that was my serum. Then I'm gonna go in with the Moisture Rich Hydra Rich Injection Cream. I have been using this because my skin's been very dry lately, and I just use a little bit. This is really for nighttime for me, but I'm finding that my skin has really responded nicely. So I don't use that much. Very, very rich, very refreshing on the skin. So I'm going to, and it feels like velvety on my skin. So I'm gonna just work this in. And what's really nice is that I feel that hydration and it soaks in. It's not just sitting on my skin. Now the moisturizer is into my skin. I'm gonna go with an SPF. I'm using the Everyday Light Radiance Moisturizer Broad Spectrum SPF 32. It is a physical sunscreen. I use a little bit on my hand here, go into my skin all over. So I'm getting a little bit more moisture, but I'm getting that beautiful SPF 32. Now that my skin is really nice and plump, it's hydrated, this Radiance Moisturizer also gives a little bit of sheen to my skin, so I love that. A new eye cream that I wanted to buy and try, and I'm actually very impressed with, is the Lancome Advanced. I will say it wrong, so I'm going to just put it up on the screen here, but this is such a beautiful eye cream. It has so many great properties to it. And when you put it on, it feels, again, like velvety, but it also feels like a nice barrier of protection. That was the first thing I really felt when I put this on. I thought, it's almost like I'm putting on a shield underneath my eyes. I love the moisture that it gives me. I love the feeling. I love the absorption because you know I don't like eye creams that just sit on the skin, feel heavy, feel hot, feel greasy, and then don't go into my skin. So when I start putting on concealer or corrector, it starts pilling and starts moving around. This is a beautiful, I was very impressed. I didn't think so when I bought it. I bought it at Ulta recently and I've been using it and I just love the feeling and I love what I see that it's doing, really hydrating, moisturizing. And in the morning, I do see less direction on my fine lines and wrinkles in that area. So everything is on for my face prepping. Moisturizer, serum, SPF, my eye cream. Now we're gonna go into prepping your eyelids. Most of us over 40 have darkness, redness. We want our eyeshadow to last all day. So I'm going to go in with my eye and lip primer. You can use this on your lips too. Maybe you have very pigmented lips. Maybe you want to kind of nude out your lips and redefine your lip. It's a great way to do that with a lip primer. So I'm going to take the eye and lip primer and I'm going to just, you can see right now, if we come in closer here, pigment. I have darkness. I always have a little darkness on my eye area. I don't want to mix my eyeshadow into this color because it's never going to read true if I'm going in with like nude colors, which I will today, that are matte. So I want to put on an eye primer that is going to be lighter than my skin. You can see as I apply this, this is going to be a cream to powder. You don't need that much. So I'm going into the inner corner. I'm at the base of the lash and I'm going all the way up to my brow bone. So you're going to be able to see the difference between a prepped eye and an eye that's not prepped. So I don't want this because this is going to muddy up my eyeshadow. I want this nice and prepped. My eyeshadow is going to last all day. It has a beautiful base. Again, you don't have to wear eyeshadow if you don't want to. You can just keep this as your base, neutralized out everything, and then you can put on your mascara, you can put on some eyeliner, and you have a beautiful natural look, but you're taking away that redness, you're taking away that darkness, especially over 40. That is something that we really pay attention to, our eyes. We want our eyes to look bright, we want them to look rested, we want them to look youthful. You cannot get that look if you have redness, darkness, pigmentation. You want it to be neutralized and beautiful.
This is how we do this.
Going into a beautiful, just matte palette, I'm gonna take my Strong Brew, which I have here, really nice cocoa colors. This is your basic, just beautiful eye. You're not doing anything too crazy. I'm going to take, I actually stuffed my eye, my Essential Makeup Brush Kit with multiple different foundation buffing brushes, which are my favorite. So I actually have all of my brushes clean, shoved in here. Obviously this is more, my kit is 9 brushes that are 100% vegan that I designed to be travel for you. It's very easy. It can sit on your vanity and be very, very compact. I'm gonna just take my eyeshadow brush and I'm gonna go into the all over color. I was gonna go into the middle, but I'm gonna first go into the bisque color. This is a nice neutralizing matte shadow. So I'm going to take the shadow from the base of my lashes, and this is the shadow that I'm going to take all the way up to the brow bone. So I'm just going to neutralize out my eye with the shadow over the eye primer. I'm gonna take the matte taupe color in the middle here, and I'm going to just apply it to the lid. So it's going to go from base to the crease. I just want a wash of color on my lid. Now that I have on a beautiful, just matte, easy, natural eye, 2 colors, ladies. I didn't go into a contour color. We're keeping it very simple. I'm going to define my eyes with a waterproof eyeliner. Now, I've had some questions about how I do my eyeliner. I've showed you in a lot of my videos how tight I go to the lash line. I want to really define the eyes. I almost want it to be like an invisible liner where I have this beautiful definition to my eye, but I'm not overwhelming my eye as I age with a lot of thick liner, or it's winged out, or it's too much. That's wonderful if you want to do that and it works for your eye shape. But for me, I like to keep it very simple, and I like to just really define my eye and get it as close so I'm really building up that lash line. And I can go a little thicker, but you always want to start thin and then work your way up. I'm going to take my eyeliner that is beautifully creamy, and I'm going to just start here at the base of my lashes. And I'm going to just do these small little strokes. So I'm really filling in the gaps of my lashes. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it all the way across my lashes, down into the corner. I'm gonna take the eyeliner pencil and I'm going to balance out my eye just 3/4 underneath. So I get that balance. So you're gonna see 2 different eyes, lined, thickening up my eyelash line, and not lined. So you have a really beautiful definition. You're not overwhelming the eye. It really looks beautiful, very natural, but you are defining your eye. Very important as we age. Over 40, we want to really define our eye. We really want to give that pop to our face, and this is how we do it. So the reason why I do my eyes first before I do color corrector, concealer, foundation is because if I mess up or if I have any fallout, I can easily take an Almay little eye makeup remover pad and I can whisk away anything that was a mistake or that I don't want. Very simply on the end. I'm not really disrupting all of my eye makeup or my moisturizer or my eye cream. I'm just taking it from the corner if there's anything that's going to drag it down or if I made a mistake. Very easy, and it's one of my favorite tips to do.
We got something in common.
Corrector and concealer is so important. This is going to completely be a game changer for you ladies. So if you're dealing with hyperpigmentation, dark spots, redness, blue, grays underneath the eye, you don't want that look. It makes us look tired. We want to look bright, fresh, youthful, and this is how we do it. Now, everybody's going to be different. It's not a one size fits all. So if you have a lot of redness, maybe you're going to want to go in with a green corrector. Green cancels out red. This is our No Redness Beauty Stick, medium to full coverage. Maybe if you want more brightening, you have more grays and you have that darkish look underneath the eye, you can go in with Just Peachy. That is going to be a peach color corrector. So you're going to be correcting the color first. That's very important because if you've noticed, if you put on a concealer and you just try to cover up the darkness and you're like, it keeps coming through. I see this grayish, this bluish kind of look to my under eye and I want it to be bright. I see everybody looking like so flawless. It's because you need a color corrector first. So there's a couple different options. Today I'm going to be using Lighten Up. This is a very easy brightener underneath the eye area. You could also go in with eye brightener. This is a touch-up veil. It's nice and thin. You can go into correcting any of that darkness, brightening the eye area. Even after you finish your whole makeup and you're like, you know what? I really want that brightness in that inner corner. Still seems a little dark in here. Go back with the eye brightener and just touch it up and then work it in. So you have a lot of options when it comes to brightening the under eye area, correcting first. So this is how I correct underneath my eye area. So I'm always gonna go into this inner corner here. I'm going to really find where that darkness is. So for me, as you know, you can see in all of my videos, I have that, it's a lot less now. It's a lot less because I've been working on my skin so much, but I have pigmentation that comes down here. So I have this darkness in the corner, and then I have over here, I have the darkness, the blues, that kind of grayish. So I go to the corner of my eye, I come underneath as close as I can get, and I bring it down into this triangle. That's what works for me. That's what works for my pigmentation, what I want. And I like to taper it off because it looks natural when I start working it in. I just don't go underneath because I don't have just darkness there. You have to adjust this correction, this color correction to your face and what works best for you. Maybe it works best just going here and here. I miss a whole area of my skin that really needs help. So that is first and foremost what we're gonna do. Color correct the darkness so we can lift and brighten the skin. Just taking my foundation buffing brush, I'm going to buff it into the skin. Now that you have on your color corrector, you've lightened the skin, you've brightened it, you lifted it, I'm going to go into my concealer wheel. This is a cool concealer wheel. I like this because I'm giving you 3 color options instead of just one concealer. My skin is a different color each week, each day, depending on the season. And it depends on how much sun I've had with photo shoots. Sometimes I'm out in the sun a lot and I will start seeing dark spots show up on my skin, which I don't like. And that gives me an option to customize the color. And I really like doing that. So this is a really nice buildable concealer that you can use. So I just like to go, depending on the day, I just like to go into a little custom color. Even if you're not a makeup artist, it's nice to be able to customize for yourself. You don't have to be afraid, oh, there's 3 colors. Maybe you just use 2, but you like to contour with the darker color. Lots of options for you when you have multiple colors and not just a stick concealer. So I'm going to just mix the 2. I'm gonna go right over my corrector, and I'm going to just really give that beautiful lightness to my skin. great coverage, but it's a lot easier now because I've already lifted that darkness, lifted that pigmentation, and now I'm going to just perfect with my concealer. What I like to do when I have the corrector on and the concealer on, I'm going to just press in with a damp beauty blender. And I'm using the beauty blender that's larger for the face, not just the eye, because I'm coming down in this area here and just kind of squeezing it underneath my eyes. I usually use the Ever little sponge, but since I'm wanting to really press in on my cheek area, I'm using the larger sponge to be able to cover more area. I'm going to set my color corrector and my concealer with Nikita Banana. This is a beautiful sheer tinted yellow for brightening. So I'm constantly adding brightness to my skin. I'm going to just take our powder brush here, go into the powder, and I'm going to go right underneath and set the concealer and the corrector. Now we're going to go into foundation. There's a lot of different options that you can choose when it comes to foundation mediums, meaning the formulation. You can go into a stick formulation like this. One of my favorites is a very lightweight foundation from Chanel. Or you've seen me multiple times talk about my La Mer Serum Foundation. Beautiful, very lightweight, very, very pretty on the skin. You've seen me a lot using this. You can go into the Dior Air Flash if you want more of an airbrush look. It really depends on what you want. I like using my BB cream for basically everyday hydration. It has aloe, chamomile, ginseng in it. I switch around depending on what I'm doing and what kind of look I want. So you have all different types of options. There's no right or wrong, whatever works for you. Maybe you have a cream in a cream to a powder foundation, whatever works. I'm going to be showing you the BB cream today, and I just use my foundation buffing brush. I'm going to just go around what I just did on my skin and just get this in and get a beautiful, beautiful tone. So now that the BB cream is on, hydrated, giving me a little glow to my skin, I'm gonna go back in with the Nikita Banana to just set my foundation. So now that the foundation is on, set with a brightening powder. I love when I'm at this stage. I always feel so great when I look at myself in the mirror thinking, oh, I've just really perfected my skin. That is such a confidence booster, ladies. So now you can go into either a cream blush, you can do a powdered blush. What's really nice, I created my palettes, and you'll see this with Bobbi Brown also. This is kind of a technique. When I worked for her in the 90s, it was such a wonderful freelance makeup artist job because we learned how to really use the cheek to do a nice natural blush and then pop the apple or a little bit higher with a brighter color. That's a really nice way to kind of give you that dimension with your blush if you're using a powdered blush. So you can use a natural blush and then pop it with a little bit more color. It's always an option. I love having 3 here for you because you can mix them all together. You can just use one. You can use one and layer it with another one. Always giving you options. It shouldn't be just one and then feel like, oh wow, I feel like it's just one dimensional, or I'm so tired of this blush. You have 3 in a well that you can mix and match. You can get, I sometimes always have like my favorite one, and then I'm like, you know what? I think today I'm just gonna mix them all together. Have fun with it, ladies. That's what makeup's all about. It's not staying in a little box like, oh, these are the only colors I can use forever and ever and ever. No. Get outside that box and enjoy. Pop those cheeks and be like, whoa, I think I have a lot of color on. Take it down a little bit and say, you know what, now it's perfect. So let's do that today. Let's do that. I'm going to go in with, maybe let's do mood changer. We always want to have a little mood changer, right, ladies? Taking my blush brush, this is going to be on an angle, which makes it very easy to apply. Let's take the middle color here, nice and natural. Let's take a little blush on the blush brush, and we're going to go and really give us that beautiful flushed look that's going to be natural. So here we are, smiling. I'm going to go on the cheek here, right here, okay? Now, this is a really great thing. If you see that you have too much, just wipe off your brush and take it back and really start blending it into the skin. You don't have to worry. Remember, you always have your powder to the side if you need to take down color. Color will always start to fade on your skin, so you want to have a little bit more when you leave than not having enough. So I'm going to just work this into my skin, getting that definite mood changer. Then I'm gonna just take a pop, just a little bit, of, these are very highly pigmented as you can see, so I'm gonna just take a pop of the brighter color and I'm gonna go where I normally flush. So what's gonna happen now is just take your powder brush and just work it in. There is no rules about how much you blend, what brushes you use. If you add in a little brightening powder over and you're like, oh, now I feel a bit more comfortable, it's not as bright. Just get that color on your skin so you look like you just ran a marathon and you look fresh and you have that really natural, beautiful glow. What I like to do now, after the blush and everything's on, you can go into a bronzer. We have a bronzer that is a matte bronzer in our Classic Beach palette. You can pick up one like I did at the drugstore when I did my drugstore makeup tutorial. This is from Physicians Formula. It's a mosaic, so it's all different colors. It gives you really nice natural glow, tint to the skin. This is in light. So basically take a fluffy brush. I just swirl this around. And you can, the whole point is to really do it where the bronzer, where the sun hits you, or to just really tint the skin. So I am very light, so I can, with the fluffy brush, this doesn't pick up a ton of product, so I just swirl it around. I like to come down on my neck because I like to blend my neck and my face so it all looks pretty together. And I'm just tinting my skin, and it's very light. So I'm giving myself a little color that I need, especially now going into fall. And bronzer is going to be your best friend, but you can overdo it, ladies. So you want to make sure that you're using a fluffy enough brush. It's not too dense, so you're not putting too much bronzer on your face, but you're just getting that beautiful kind of Saint-Tropez, like you spent the summer on a beautiful island, and you're just taking that through fall and winter. We are on to the lips, one of my favorite parts because it just brings the whole look together. So I'm using FBS, which stands for Fresh Beauty Studio. And I'm going to really, it's a natural, beautiful, kind of soft mauve pink. Now, there's a lot of rules that say to find your really natural lip color to look on the inside of your lip. Well, when I do that, it's like multiple different colors. It's like kind of white, kind of like nude. I'm like, that's not really a good, it's not a good trick for me. So I just look at my lips and I just want to have something that's like my lip color, that's very natural. I can go in with a Cameo pencil, very natural, or a Glacier Pink to line my lips first. So let's line the lips, put the lipstick on, and then I'm going to just touch it with a little clear gloss. So now I just have this very pretty soft look on, and I'm going to take Mentha, which is my peppermint infused lip gloss, and I'm going to just take a little on my finger and have it come to life. We can't forget about the eyebrows, one of my favorite aspects of the face. It frames the face. You've seen me do lots of different videos on how to shape the brows, all of my techniques that I have done over the years when it came to permanent makeup, etc. So what we're gonna do is we're going to just fill in the brow. So if you don't have the lateral brow, and that is really your weakness, start there. So you want to fill in very natural. So you can have, if you have any hair at all, you'll be able to find and kind of just follow your natural hairline. If you don't have any hair at all, you can use our stencils. We have brow stencils that really come in handy, so it really helps map out the face. So you want to take your pencil, go on the outside of your nose and straight up. That's where your brow should start. Take the pencil, go over the ball of the nose, over the iris, that's where it should arch, and then the corner of the eye, corner of the eyebrow here. So the corner of the eye straight up is where your brow should stop. So we're just going to fill in our brows and then we're going to gloss them with a brow fix. So I have a lot of brow, yes, I do use a brow serum. It has helped tremendously. I used to have very thin brows on this lateral part that were just thinning and it was concerning me. So I started about 5 years ago using a brow serum and it does work. So this is something that I do sell in my studio online and I really do like it, just like I like the lash serum. So it's from the same company. And so we're going to just do a little gloss on the brows. Now for me, I love to basically use my brow fix because I have some gray brows and I don't want to pluck them out. So I will just color them with a brow fix. And last but not least, ladies, a great eyelash curler, whether it's heated or it is a regular mechanical lash curler like the Shu Amore that I always use. We're going to curl our lashes. We want them up. And I'm going to show you a little special technique. So you can go to the base of your lashes with the lash curler, squeeze down, and then just lift up a tad. You don't want to be hard on the lashes. You want to be gentle, but that little flick of the wrist is going to give you that heightened lash, that higher lash, and it's going to really open up the eyes. Taking my mascara here that has this tiny little teeth wand, it's flat. This is what really helps me get every single lash. So I go to the base, I wiggle back and forth, and I take it straight up. So you want to really layer 2 to 3 coats to really give you that impact. Remember, we just have a nice matte nude eyeshadow on. So the focal point is the lashes and having that definition with the lash. So now that your mascara is on, you've completed your look. Very easy, simple 10 steps. You can use any eyeshadow that you want, ladies. You can really mix it up. You can do this for an evening look. This can be your everyday look. It's just to take you from point A to point B. Really having you understand, okay, these are the steps, very simple. I know that sometimes makeup tutorials, since whether it's me or other women on YouTube, it kind of sometimes seems like, oh wait, I was good at steps 5, or now what are they doing? Oh my gosh. And then you feel a little overwhelmed and you feel like, okay, well, I can watch it, but I'll be entertained, but I really am not focusing in on exactly what I need to do. So this is something that I really wanted you to keep for your library. It's going to be easy steps for you to know how to do them. You can do them in any order that you want. It just really takes you from prepping the skin to doing the steps to really get that beautiful look that I know all of us really want as we age. We don't want to look like we're piling on makeup. We don't want to look like we've overtaxed our skin with tons of foundation or tons of eyeshadow or tons of eyeliner. Very simple. It is just such a classic look, and hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial, ladies. And until my next, I'll see you later.